Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, this is On the Case with Dr. J. And this is Giving a Voice. So anyway, and if you're returning, welcome back. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Today, we're going to talk about a case from Washington, D.C. Well, it was in Greybull, Wyoming. But the man was from Washington, D.C. So today's case is going to be about Davante Richardson. So we're going to talk about Davante Richardson. So Davante Richardson was supposedly going to meet in a buddy by the name of Ye. How many Ye's y'all know? How many Ye's do we know? It's said to have been Kanye West. Okay. So apparently Davante Richardson, he was kind of like a loner, kind of stayed to himself. He was a little reserved. He had a couple friends. And one of the friends, when he went missing, he texted him and let him know he was going to see Ye or Kanye West. Kanye West. I'm gonna say it again. Kanye West out in Wyoming. We all know Kanye West was having his his new places or whatever, his sanctuaries built in uh Wyoming. So anyway, the man went missing after a while. So like, okay, let's backtrack. Okay, so he was working at a grocery store in 2019, and the grocery store was sold and it was closed down. So after that happened, he started to use his skills doing tattoos. He had two hobbies. He was a writer and he was a tattooist. So he would write and he would produce music. His mom said that when he lost his job, once he started doing like the Ubers and the Lyfts and stuff like that, his mom said that he continued to make money by doing tattoos. And then he started getting more into his music and his producing. So apparently before he went missing, he had told friends and family that he had to go check on a friend. He had to go check on a friend by the name of Ye, which was Kanye West. So on July 23rd, his father's birthday, he sent his father a video, a recording of himself saying that he was going to go meet up with his buddy Ye. So the mom thought that was a little weird. And so she texted her son and she asked him, "Who is this Ye? Who is Kanye?" And I guess it got to a point where they all figured out it was Kanye West. Somehow Kanye West is roped up in a mix of this stuff, and Davante went missing on July. Well, okay, this is where it gets a little weird because it says in the newspapers it says July 22nd, but according to the family and the friends, it was around July 20th. The report for him being missing was reported on July 23rd. So Davante was last seen in Washington on July 20th. So before he went missing, that was the last time anybody had seen him or really talked to him. So he left and he told everybody he was going to see Ye and to check on his buddy named Kanye or Ye. Apparently he went up to Greybull, Wyoming, and the only thing they could find of him was his car. Well, his Jeep Cherokee. He had a blue Jeep Cherokee, and when they got to the Jeep Cherokee, the K9 couldn't sense his smell nowhere within a 6-mile radius. And the only thing that they found in his car, which was weird and crazy, because if he was going up there to do music and to finally do stuff like that on a producer level with Kanye. The car had two cell phones in it. It had a laptop which stored all his music and his beats on it, and his keys left in the car. But it was no Davante. No Davante was anywhere to be found. So the thing is, if he was going up there to produce music and to put his music out there and to finally get somewhere, why the hell was his laptop that stored all the music and the beats still in the car and he wasn't there? Something had happened to him. Something went wrong. Either he ran out of gas or somebody came along and something happened to that man. So anyway, before all this, he had an ex-girlfriend. She was asked about his whereabouts. She had claimed that Davante was depressed, but she claimed Davante was depressed. But according to Davante's family, they disregarded that. They were not in any type of belief that Davante was depressed or under any type of stress like that. So they ruled that out. But according to the ex, like I said, she said he was depressed. So that was before he left and he just disappeared. Now, another thing that the mother noted that was when he left, that was all he had with him. He didn't take any clothes or anything like that. He had no clothing. All he had was his Jeep Cherokee, his laptop, and his two cell phones and the keys. And so they still haven't found him. He's been missing since July 20th, somewhere around July 20th to July the 23rd. They found his car on July 27th. So anywhere between there, he was missing. But this was in 2020. So from 2020 to now 2022, this man is still just out in the wind. He's not found. He's not being talked about as much. It's not that much information on it. And this man is missing. So we're going to get into this video real quick. I found on Ickedmel's page, the mom did an interview and stuff like that. So we just going to check it out and do like a little review on that. So let's get into that. I'll be back.
You to know he has a lot of faith in the Milwaukee police detectives investigating the murder of his daughter,
Davante Richardson. He's been missing for...
Okay, this is not him. This is not his character to do something like that.
Davante Richardson. Davante was like Davante Richardson shares home the area with a helicopter, but have yet to find
any clues. We just do not know.
In an out-of-state lockup.
A third of the almost 300,000 girls and women reported missing in the U.S. in 2020 were black. That is according to the National Crime Information Center. And yet those cases often get little attention or are all but ignored by law enforcement.
We just
Davante was trying to meet rapper Kanye West. He owns a ranch in the county where Davante's car was found.
We just do not know.
You are now tuned in to the motherfucking desk. It's your girl on the case with the wig Dr. Cy J. And this is Giving the Voice. Ickedmel's interview with Davante Richardson's mom. It ain't gonna be too much. It ain't gonna be too long because this is Ickedmel stuff, and I'm gonna give y'all his information so y'all can go. You know, if you want to watch the whole video, you can go watch it on his channel. But let's jump in.
It's really nice about her call. And with the last video, she said that there was a couple of things that were incorrect. The last video we did with Davante, I was talking to Angela, so I got a lot of the information from the news articles. and Angela had been talking with Marquita. Marquita is Davante's aunt, which would be Alicia's sister. So Alicia's the mother. A little bit before that, can you tell me a little bit about Davante, what he was like, maybe a little bit his hobbies, personality, maybe his music?
Well, I didn't know too much about the music. I know he was ordering things around the house for the music, but the main things he was doing was tattoos.
Okay.
Because he's done some of my tattoos. And, you know, he would have people over doing tattoos. You know, he worked a full-time job before the store closed down. They sold the store. The store didn't close due to COVID. They sold the store.
So about Angela, who he's talking about. So there was a chick in Wyoming that contacted the family or whatever. She's like a family advocate for victims, or what are they called? She's like an advocate, like a private investigator or whatever. That's what she deemed herself anyway. I don't know. But Ickedmel got her information. He reached out to her, and we're gonna get into her little interview too, because I just feel like some of the stuff she said was just it just seemed a little funny. It just seemed um, a little like she was diving in real deep. I don't know. She was starting to come off as a little obsessive with this case to me. So we're gonna look at her video too. I don't know. We'll look at her interview too, just a little bit of it. But yeah, you'll see when you hear the interview. She just did a little too much for me.
Okay.
And different people bought the store, so the store is now reopened, but somebody else has bought it. It's not the same store as the store he worked at. And he also worked there. He started out, regular floor person, cashier, whatever have you, till he worked his way up to manager.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw multiple articles. They were saying that in February, a particular chain closed under the weight of COVID.
Yeah, they closed. No, it wasn't. They sold
where he was working at
or anywhere.
The 28-year-old resident of Washington D.C.
Okay, so he didn't take his clothes anywhere.
Tell us anything.
So let me ask you about the timeline. I want to read you this article, and this is what I read in multiple places. You can tell me if it's right or wrong. It says the 28-year-old resident of Washington, D.C. told his family members on Monday, July 20th, that he was going to see his buddy, believed to be Kanye West, whom it should be noted he never met. This was the last time any of them saw or heard from him. Then it says he was reported missing on Wednesday, July 22nd. And then 5 days later, on a Monday, July 27th, Richardson's dark-colored Jeep Compass was found nearly 2,000 miles away on a dirt road, 6 to 8 miles at the crow flies from Greybull.
Okay, he made the video on his dad's birthday, which is July 23rd.
He made a video?
I have somebody,
He made a video?
Okay, so this part, she said that they did report it on the 27th, so I was right when I said the 27th earlier. But basically nobody had heard from him for a couple of days. He made a video on his dad's birthday, which is what she's talking about now. And he sent it to his dad and let him know that he was going to see a guy named Ye, which now y'all know. Turned out to be Kanye West, or that's what he told his friends and his family. He was going to meet Kanye West, so that's what she said.
Yeah, he had made a video saying, happy birthday, Dad, and other little things, and he said, I'm going to see my friend Kanye or something. I never saw the video till my cousin showed it to me. I didn't know the video was out till one of my cousins or somebody found it. But that video was made on July 23rd on his dad's birthday, because I spoke to him on the 22nd because there was a really bad thunderstorm in D.C. and he wasn't home. And I had texted him and I was like, "You coming in?" And he was like, "I'm all right." And the power went out. He texted me back like at 3 o'clock in the morning when the power came back on. He was like, "Everything good?" I said, "Yeah, the power back on." And that's the last time I heard from him.
That was July 23rd.
I heard from him in July. Well, you might as well say the 23rd because the 22nd that night it was a really bad storm here in D.C.
And then the power went out, and like at 3 in the morning, you got the message from him.
I got the message, then I texted him that day or the 23rd, and I was like, "You okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm going." He said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm going to see Kanye." I'm like, "Who the hell is that?" And I said it just like that. Who the hell is that? Because I really didn't.
Right.
That wasn't on my mind like that. Yeah, I was like, huh? He didn't say Kanye, but he said Kanye. I said, and listen like that. So he never texted back or anything after that. And my sister said that he was one of his friends or something in Missouri. They were talking the whole time or something or texting back and forth, and he lost contact with them. He told him to, when you get where you going, to contact me, and he never did.
So that right there, that too, is a little sketchy too. We gotta call it what it is. Listen, the friends are a little sketchy. The damn lady that he about to, the lady that he interviewed, the damn supposed family advocate was sketchy. The ex-girlfriend was sketchy. Told everybody that he was depressed, and the mom said, I mean, shit, well, not to their acknowledgement. I mean, but you don't know, but that's what the girlfriend said. But they all sketchy. Everybody's sketchy right now. I don't know. They all look like suspects right now. Yeah, it's me.
So this thing saying that you guys reported him missing on July 22nd, that wouldn't be correct, right? Or did you guys?
No, we reported him missing on the following week from the 23rd, which I think was the 26th or the 27th, because he wasn't responding to any text. He wasn't responding to any phone calls or anything. So my sister, the one who actually called the police came out, searched the house and everything. He had his driver's license. He didn't take no clothes, any clothes, no.
Now, why that man didn't take no clothes? Just think about it, cause like I don't know, like if I was going somewhere, but even then, like I mean, okay, even if I was going somewhere and I had no plans on coming back, I'm taking my damn clothes, like unless I mean, well, I don't know. Unless it was a reason that he was trying to get away from something without anybody knowing. Maybe he didn't want to take his clothes. But that shit just still don't make sense to me. I don't know. But all he had in the Jeep when they found his Jeep, all he had in there was 2 phones, a laptop, and his keys in there. He wasn't even in there. It was like what really is going on? What the fuck really happened to this man? But my thing is, why wouldn't you take clothes? I mean, I don't know. I don't get that part either. Unless the only way I could think somebody is not going to take clothes and they're going somewhere like that, like I mean, I guess he had plans on well, he said he was going to meet Kanye and he was going to go get his deal. So maybe he just thought that he was just going to make it big and didn't need them clothes. I don't know. But the only reason I could think anybody would not need clothes is if they don't plan on going back to where the clothes was. I mean, I don't know. What y'all think about that? Tell me in the comments.
No personal items, no nothing.
Wow.
He took his tattoo things because I was the last person he tattooed, and the thing that he tattooed me with is still sitting where he left it. But his equipment is not in the house. All his personal things are still in the house. Everything, clothing.
That's crazy.
Where the police with the toothbrush DNA. everything like that. I'm like, if somebody goes somewhere, you would think they would, take their things with them, but he didn't take any social security card. He didn't take no birth certificate. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. So
you would need that type of shit. I mean,
back and forth calling, and they get in contact with the sheriff up there in Wyoming.
And then why wouldn't he take his social security and his birth certificate? Because at the end of the day, like, no matter where you're going, you absolutely need that. Like, if you want to, you absolutely need your birth certificate and social security if you want to get like a place, a house, a apartment, whatever. Like, if he planned on, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know with that because it just does not make sense. Who would go somewhere without their birth certificate, especially if you like planning on going somewhere far like that? He was leaving from D.C. to go to Wyoming. Like, no identification, no nothing. Come on. Something ain't right with that.
I don't know how that encounter went because I didn't talk to anyone up there. I think my sister and his dad and his uncle.
Wow.
So I really don't know.
I don't understand why his mom
it's
didn't know.
strange. My son has never, he's lived out of state. He's lived in Memphis. He's lived in Missouri, but it's not one time that he has never, ever not contacted me for anything.
Mm.
This is the, mind-boggling thing here. He went on this trip and nobody else has heard from him or seen him.
Right.
And in my mind, I don't know. And if he was struggling with anything, he, dealt with her. She came to the house a few times, but I work a lot.
She's telling about the girlfriend.
So I don't know. He may have been in to say anything, but still in another breath, he could have gotten help.
And for him this is not something that he does, not his character. He doesn't just drive.
No, this is not. No, I don't know who he contacted, before he left, and who gave him some bright ideas to just leave without telling people. He's already lost his sister, but she died of natural causes.
Oh.
But see, she was out of state as well, but she was married. We had to have her brought back here to bury her 6 years ago. So I don't know exactly what he was going through. We talked a lot, so for this to happen, this is pretty bizarre to me.
Have there been any updates from like police or since he's gone missing?
Nobody has updated me on anything. My sister has spoken to, I think, one of the detectives.
And mind
I
you,
don't know, what kind of
July
conversation they're having with Wyoming, because when I
we're
read
now
the
in
thing
2022.
Wyoming put
2
out,
years. 2 years.
they were letting Metropolitan Police here,
And they had nothing.
be the lead, and they would follow suit or whatever they, asked of them. They had claimed to have done searches and things like that. I don't know, because like I said, I haven't been there. I don't know. It's pretty bizarre. And at this point, in my mind, as a parent, I'm trying to think the best, but for right now, as long as he's been gone, I'm thinking the worst.
Mm-hmm.
With no contact, that leads me to believe something foul has happened.
Yeah. Especially in 2 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, they had the phone, the laptop, and the vehicle. And I don't know.
And did they get his tattoo stuff, the tattoo equipment that he left? If they have it?
I don't know if they have that or not. I know it's not in the house. Like I said, my mom and dad saw him leave, and they saw him leave with a little bag. It wasn't nothing big where you would pack a bunch of clothes or anything. So we don't know.
Friend.
As far as what the detectives could tell, as far as phone calls and things like that.
And that was supposedly the last person he spoke to, that same friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. This is the last communication record from Davante was a late night text message to a friend telling him his intent on starting a music career and going to see his friend. Marquita believed that was Kanye.
So he's pretty much so
we don't
everybody
so,
like texting messages and videos that he's going to see
As
Kanye.
far as the timeline, is it correct that like he grew up in Washington D.C. and then he relocated?
He did, and he left. I sent him with his dad at 13. His dad's military, and I felt like he needed that discipline from his dad. So 13, called his dad, told him to come and get him.
All right, you guys, let's go to the other interview because I don't want to
find out.
All right, you guys. If you guys want to see this full video, y'all can go to Ickedmel YouTube. I don't want to take his whole entire video and stuff like that because this is his channel. But if y'all want to catch this full video, y'all can go to Ickedmel's Ickedmel's YouTube page, y'all. My bad. I'm up here talking about Yahoo. Yeah. Okay, so this is Ickedmel. Y'all can go catch that full video there. But we're going to check out the other video real quick, just a couple minutes of that. And then we're going to check out some others. All right, so let's go to that. Hold up.
Hey, it's Mel. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. And by the way, you can call me Mel. You can't pronounce Mel. We're going to be talking about
the information, but I'm going to give it to y'all again.
This is kind of
down in the description.
Crazy, wild story. He's still missing.
But we're going to listen to the first interview with this crazy woman.
Gets thrown in the story, and I interviewed a missing persons advocate from Wyoming. So we're going to get into that a little bit. I want to give an introduction.
And we need to look at where the car was found, because when y'all see where the car was found, it was found in the middle of nowhere.
I also want he was a grocery store manager while he was in D.C. And in the beginning of February 2020, the grocery store closed down due to COVID.
And now we know that's not true. His mom said that.
The Uber driver, and he actually caught COVID, according to his aunt.
Mom said that wasn't true.
He was single, had no children. He poured his soul into hobbies. Marquita said he was also a tattoo artist. Big into music, he also titled himself as the CEO of Big Blues Studios of graphic design and multimedia articles. It states that the last time Davante was seen was July 20th. He told family members, according to the Sheridan Press and Wyoming News, that he was going to see his buddy, believed to be Kanye West, whom which we know that he never met, and that was the last time they saw or heard from him. Now, in the missing persons post, it says last seen July 22nd. So whether it was July 20th, 2020, or July 22nd, 2020, my interpretation of the timeline from various articles and whatnot.
What I want to know is, how did he figure he was going to see his buddy Ye? Like, what I want to know is where did he come to that conclusion in his mind that he was going to see his buddy Ye? Like, was he really texting somebody named Kanye and thinking it was really Kanye, or was he actually talking to Kanye? Like, I mean, we do know that Kanye had those ranches out in Wyoming that he was having built or he was buying and stuff like that. Because during the time that Kim and him had a whole little beef and they was divorcing, he moved out there to Wyoming. He moved out there to Wyoming and he got them places. And when they split up, you know, they were going back and forth. And then when they got back, well, not even back together, but, you know, when they started talking a little bit or whatever they was doing, again, you know how that shit go, on and off. Well, when they started, you know, back on a little bit or whatever, Kim flew out to Wyoming to those ranches. So in the same way with the whole church crew people where they was coming out talking about Kanye wasn't letting them go to the bathroom, he wasn't allowing them to eat, wasn't feeding them, none of that shit. He was kind of like abusing them, so to speak. I don't know if y'all seen that, but if y'all did, then you know what I'm talking about. But I mean, with that being said, like, could it have been the truth that this man really went out there looking for Kanye or going to Kanye's and now all of a sudden he's missing? I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna put it past nobody. Listen, the one thing I want to say about this is that Kanye been wild in the last good decade. So, and on top of that, with them people coming out and the church people talking about they ain't been being paid, they've been being abused, all types of stuff going on. Man, listen, I ain't putting it past nobody. He might have been out there trying to meet Kanye. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. But like I said, we gonna call it how it is. The ex-girlfriend sounds sketchy. The friend sounded a little sketchy because that was like the last person he talked to or text or whatever. Talk about he was going to see Kanye. Kanye sounds sketchy, and this damn lady he about to interview sounds sketchy. So let's get in. Let's listen.
Marquita stated was that he was last seen July
Hold on,
20
let's
days
skip a little
later.
ahead. Let's skip a little ahead because I want
What
to
I
see
want
the
to ask
content.
you, is it okay if
skip
I
a-
record? Because I want to do a story on this, like a video, but there's so little information online.
Very
And
little.
James told me
Very,
that like
very
you have
little.
everything down packed.
It's not lying.
He said you're,
And it's been 2
he said
years.
you're legit
Still no
too. So
information.
I thought it would be kind of cool if people can maybe
All
hear
right,
from
let's
your
skip that.
perspective.
Facebook armchair detective.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe that there's a lot of good that can come out of that.
This is a real B&H customer story.
Now, she was a little sketchy to me only because she came off as like one of them chicks that could have been in Lifetime or like in a obsessed movie, that type of shit, or from off of the ID channel, like I don't know, it just was a real obsession with this case for her, and you know she didn't know the family or nothing like that. She just, you know, of course, she says she's a family advocate or whatever. But it's the way that she said some of the things that she said during this interview, and then not only that, but like when this whole case went down, that like it's still really no information out about it. But this lady knows a lot. She knows a lot, and she knew about she knew a lot about where the car was found, all types of stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all listen to it. Y'all, you'll get your own, you'll formulate your own little opinion about it. But I just thought it was weird.
Harassed. So I became an advocate so that I could help her. And in the process of helping her, some other mothers of missing children have seen the tips that I give. You know, you reach out to this person and you check cell phones. You pull.
So it sounds like she became an advocate
where they were last seen in
during this whole case.
Cameras, you know, there's a very short amount of time.
Became an advocate.
That, in my experience, I've learned that there's 5 to 7 days that you can get video from a Ring doorbell, and it's about 30 days from a business camera. It's between 15 and 30 days. So if you're already coming in on this a week behind, you may have already lost some really important footage. Right. And nobody writes a book. Nobody writes a book.
I want to show y'all.
So I heard that there was Jeep Compass.
Where he was found. Okay.
A day or so, I heard that there was Jeep Compass found out on one of our haul roads, one of our Bentonite Mine haul roads. And I thought, oh, this isn't just in a remote. I mean, like, this is super remote. It's super close to town, but it's super remote.
Out there. That's why I was
like, there is
it's just nothing out there. Not
What's
at all.
like the area specifically?
It's out on it's called what the geography of the land is like.
This is what it looks like around wherever Kanye had his shit.
WACO.
Built up or wherever he bought this house out here.
So once you see that Bentonite plant on Google Maps,
grass, nothing.
Zoom out just a little bit, and you're gonna look at the geographic area of the map, and you're gonna see what looks like. There were 2 local men, one a couple of years older than me, one a couple of years younger than me. That one works for MI, the MI Swinco, and the other one works for a farmer, and they both came upon this Jeep out there, one at like 4 in the morning and another at like 7:30 when he was on his way to work.
When
at the end of the day,
what was the time frame of this around? Was
this would have been July 22nd.
okay? Because so Davante, he went missing on July 22nd. Is that correct?
Okay, so
Yeah, that's
when I got a hold of family,
27.
I apologize. I jumped ahead a little bit. I got a little excited. I pulled a James on us. So on Monday on the 22nd of July, Davante, after the vehicle was reported missing, I made contact with Davante's aunt Marquita, and Marquita has been family spokesperson for the majority of like handling information. And the reason I got a hold of her was to say, hey, look, I know this area where this was found, and this is super remote. Okay, so Marquita tells me that on the 22nd, Davante came downstairs, said to his cousins, hey, you guys need anything? Y'all okay? I gotta go run and check on my buddy.
But yeah.
And nobody thought to ask who the friend was, because this wasn't so uncommon. Like, nobody had any idea of it. And I guess he said he was going to check on his buddy, Kanye. That was it. That was it. It wasn't that he, knew it was going to be Mr. West. The family didn't know. So then there was a storm the night of the 22nd, and it knocked the power out. The niece and nephew called Davante and was like, hey, this is what's happened. He asked if they were okay. Did they need anything? He would check back with them in the morning.
What she just said, to me was just weird. I'm just listening to it again, but she said it wasn't like he knew that it was going to be Kanye West.